On this lesson, we will be looking at mixed past paper questions on the previous topics. So that's quadratic equations mostly, a bit of linear equations, I would say, fractions, of course. So a lot of algebra stuff. So we start with the easy stuff. Here we have a small question from Edexcel IGCSE past paper. Let's try to figure it out. So solve this equation. The way to solve it is we have to add two fractions on the left side. We have to just add them together, and then we will see. I will show you what to do next. Okay, so to add them together, we have to find a common denominator. In this case, the common denominator is x plus 2 times x minus 2. So this part we have to multiply by x minus 2. This one we multiply by x plus 2. Okay, so we're gonna have 5 times x minus 2 divided by x plus 2, x minus 2, plus 9 times x plus 2, of course. Oops! Divided by the same thing, x plus 2, x minus 2 equals to 2. Okay, now here I must tell you there is a shortcut kind of which you can use, not really a shortcut, a formula. This formula is a difference of two squares. So a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b times a plus b. And here we can see we have this formula basically. So x plus 2, x minus 2. So we could say that's x squared minus 2 squared basically, and that's it. All of this is equal to 2. Open the bracket, we will get 10x minus, 5x. 5x minus 10 plus 9x plus 18, right, divided by x squared minus 4 is equal to 2. Remember, I told you before that first thing you should try to do is get rid of denominator. So not really a first thing in this case, but nevertheless we have to get rid of denominator. This is why we will multiply both sides by x squared minus 4, so that we will have 5x minus 10 plus 9x plus 18 equals to 2 times x squared minus 4, so something like this. Okay, let's start simplifying it now. I feel like I'm making it a bit too long, so we're gonna get 14x. 18 minus 10 is 8, plus 8 equals to 2x squared minus 8. Okay, so when we solve quadratic equation, the best idea is to take everything to one side. So we will move 2x squared, and we're gonna move minus 8 to this side. So we're gonna get 14x plus 8 minus 2x squared plus 8 is equal to 0. Okay, we have 8 and 8 here, so we will have minus 2x squared plus 14x plus 16 is equal to 0. We can simplify this a little bit, so we can divide all parts of this equation by minus 2. We're going to get x squared minus 7x minus 8 equals to 0. Again, it's preferable pretty much in every case to make x squared positive. So I don't want you don't want to keep it negative. Try to make it positive if you can. So we got to x squared minus 7x minus 8. Now we have two ways to solve it. So again, formula and factorization. Probably it's better to start with trying to factorize it. So this is our sum. The sum is minus 7, and the product is minus 8. And we have to think what numbers give us, what two numbers give us this sum and this product. So some number plus some other number equals to minus 7, then some number times some other number equals to minus 8. So these numbers are what is it? 1 and minus 8. Yeah, so we're gonna get 1 and minus 8. We can factorize this. We will have, so 1 plus minus 8 equals to minus 7. You can see, right, and 1 times minus 8 equals to minus 8. So we can factorize it. We're gonna have x plus 1 times x minus 8 equals to 0, and now finally we solve it. So x plus 1 equals to 0, or x minus 8 equals to 0, which brings us to x equals to minus 1, or x equals to 8. This is our two solutions for this equation. Again, so the key thing here, the key thing you should do is, first of all, you have to add these two fractions together. So you have to find the common denominator, okay? Then when we add them together, you see, I simplified a little bit. So I saw that we have this formula here, right? X plus 2x minus 2 is just the same as a plus b, a minus b, right? Oops, you guys can see that, sorry. My face is all over it. So yeah, take a look, right? So so here we have, this is a squared minus b squared, so here we have x squared minus 2 squared, like this. And finally we just simplify. Here we simplify everything, and then we finally get rid of the denominator by kind of taking it to the other side. The rest is, again, simplify here, then take everything to one side. Again, everything has to be in one side if it's a quadratic equation. That's the way to go. Now we have, so this is finally we arrive at a normal quadratic equation, and I noticed that we can simplify it a bit more by dividing everything by minus 2. So all three of these can be divided by minus 2, and then we get this, factorize it, and that's it. That's the solution. Okay, next one is kind of a big question, I would say, from a past paper. Here we have two rectangles. We have two rectangles R and Q, and we have to figure out some questions. Okay, so first of all, write down the expression for the area of rectangle R. Area of rectangle R, so you see R, remember area of rectangle is, the formula is very simple, so it's equal to length times width. Yeah, in this case, this is our length, and this is our width. So formula for area of rectangle R is 4x times x plus 4. Sorry, not the formula, the expression for its area. 4x times x plus 4. If you want, you guys can open it. You can open the brackets. We will get 4x squared plus 16x. Okay, next one. So show that the total area of rectangles R and Q is 5x squared plus 30x plus 24. So again, area of R, we know it's equal to 4x squared plus 16x, and area of Q, we can find out what's the area of Q. So it's going to be x plus 2 times x plus 12, like this. If we open the brackets, we will get x squared plus 14x plus 24. I'm going a little bit fastly, but bear with me, please. Yeah, so now we can just plus these two together, so we're gonna have 4x squared. So the total area is, of course, area of R plus area of Q, so we plus them both together. 4x squared plus 16x plus x squared plus 14x plus 24, right? We find, so we have x, and then we have x squared. So in total, we're going to have 5x squared plus 30x plus 24, of course. That's it. We showed it again. Remember, if the question says show something, right, you have to write, you have to explain how did you get this answer. So maybe something like I did, like you show that the area of R is this, area of Q is this. When we add them together, we get the total area. Okay, you cannot just write 5x squared plus 30x plus 24, right? This is not what the question is asking. The question is not asking you to find the area. Actually, they already give you the total area. So the question asks you to explain how did we get that. So you have to be sure to show it, otherwise you're not going to get the point. Okay, so the total area of rectangles R and Q is 64 centimeters squared. Calculate the area of X. Correct to one decimal place. Okay, so total area, so we know that the total area is this. So 5x squared plus 30x plus 24. And now we know that the total area is equal to, so the total area is equal to what? Equals to 64 centimeters squared. What do we do with this data? Well, we can solve the equation now. Remember what I told you before, so take in quadratic equation, take everything to one side. Okay, so we're gonna subtract 64 from both sides. We're gonna have 5x squared plus 30x minus 40 equals to 0. Here we're gonna have 0 on this side. Okay, so let's try to factorize it first. So 5 times minus 40 is, what is it gonna be? Minus 200, right? This is our product. So product of two numbers, and the sum of two numbers is 30, right? So we have to think, what are these two numbers that, like, when you multiply them, they give us 200, and when we plus them, they give us minus 200, and we plus them, they give us they give us 30. Okay, so I think you guys think about it. I already found it. So if you want, you can pause the video, try to figure it out yourself. These two numbers are 40 and minus 10. So 40 plus minus 10 equals to 30. 40. No, these are not the numbers. I'm sorry about that. These are not the numbers. Okay, whatever. Let's try again. I don't want to restart the video. Okay, so what are these numbers? So again, we plus them, we get 30. Multiply them, we get minus 200. Let's think about this. So what about, let's say, so 35 and minus 5 is too little. 36 minus 6 is not going to work. What's going to work in this case, actually? 50 minus 20, no. Interesting, I cannot find anything, you see. So maybe if you cannot find anything at all, it seems like an easy one, but I can't really find what are these numbers. We can even try some of them on the calculator. So how do we get, so let's try, I don't know. So like, it has to be, so 35 times minus 5 is not going to work for sure. So that's this is pretty close, right? And we get 36 times minus 6. That's already too big. So yeah, probably we have to use the formula. Okay, so as you can see, I tried, as I've told you before in my last video. So you have to try to use factorization. If it doesn't work out, you get to the formula. So that's the way. Actually, you know what? We can actually simplify it. We can actually divide everything by 5. So we get x squared plus 6x minus 8 equals to 0. Okay, so now we have, this is the sum, and this is the product. So yeah, it's kind of, yeah, I don't know what is it. So we probably have to use the formula after all. So x equals to, so this is our, a is 1, b is 6, c is 8. Sorry, minus 8, not 8. So we can use the formula, x12 equals to minus b, so that's minus 6 plus minus square root of b squared, so 6 squared, minus 4ac, so minus 4 times 1 times, remember it's minus 8, not 8, and then all of this is divided by 2a, so it's 2 times 1. Again, I'm just gonna try and not use the calculator, so here we have 6 squared is 36, 4 times 8, we have 36 plus, remember it's plus because we have minus and minus here, so we're gonna get a plus. So 36 plus 32 is equal to 68. Yeah, that's why, because we have to use a calculator after all, because the roots are not going to be the whole numbers. So we're going to have minus 6. Let's make it I don't know, plus square root of 68 divided by 2. Yeah, that's why. So we have the roots are not whole numbers, so x equals 1.12. And if it's going to be minus, x is going to be equal to minus 7.12. But this last one doesn't make any sense, because it's we're talking about lengths, so length cannot be like a negative number, because for example if x is minus 7.12, then we have here minus 7.12 times 4 plus 4, sorry, which is minus 3.12. so how is that possible? No way, right? So the only possible answer is 1.12. Why do I feel like I got something wrong with this question? Let me check it again. You see guys, sometimes I get stuff wrong. I hope this is not the case. But as far as I can see, yeah, probably this should be right, hopefully. If you guys find a mistake, please let me know, because yeah, hopefully there's no mistakes here. Anyway, that's it for this lesson. See you guys next time.